Hey everybody, hope you're all having a wonderful day and staying safe. My name is Zifo and welcome to the channel. Over here, we talk about personal finance, saving money, frugal living, and investing in our future. And in this video, we're going to be discussing my top 3 things you need to focus on when starting out on your path to financial independence and building wealth, so one day you can retire early. Let's get started. Okay, the number 1 thing you need to focus on first is mindset, the mindset of money. If you're trying to do anything in life, you first need to have the right attitude and the right reason to do it. If you want to reach financial independence, you first have to ask yourself why you're trying to do this. Everybody's reason is going to be different. Is it to quit your job and pursue your true passion without having to worry about money? Is it to be able to buy anything you want without having a second thought? Or is it to live comfortably with what you have and enjoying the retired life? Whatever your drive is and whatever motivates you, you have to believe that it's possible and have the right mindset. This is the first step, and I believe it's also the hardest step. Changing someone's mindset is essentially changing their whole belief system. It is changing someone's way of thinking and the way that they behave. When we were young, our parents told us that we need to do good in school, get good grades, and get into a good college. Then after a few years of studying, we'll get a degree, we'll be able to find a job, and get a good paycheck. Then with that paycheck, we can support ourselves and our family until one day we can retire at the tender age of 65. This is the goal, and this is the mindset that most of us have, and is what we are trying to work towards. Now I want you to shift your mindset and your way of thinking into believing that you can achieve this goal sooner rather than later. Every step you take on your journey to financial independence and wealth generation comes from the right mindset. It is your belief that motivates you to do the things that you need to do and to achieve your goals. Focus on your goal and aim for it. It's not going to be a straight shot. There's going to be some twists and turns. You might even have to backtrack a little sometimes. But if you set your mind to it and don't give up, you will reach your goal. Financial independence is not something you can achieve by dabbling into it once in a while. Being financially independent means you need to change your lifestyle and your money spending habits in order to achieve your goals. Decide what your goal is and work backwards. Figure out how much money you need to save in order for you to reach financial independence. Your current life situation will be vastly different from someone else's. The plan that you make is going to be uniquely tailored for you. Perhaps you need to save more money and cut costs. Or maybe you need to invest a little on your education so then later down the road you can get a bigger paycheck. Whatever it is that you need to do, you have to believe in yourself and believe in the cause. This leads to my tip number 2. Okay, tip number 2 is developing the right financial habits. This means that you have to take a look at what you're spending your money on every month and adjusting it to meet your financial goals. Maybe you find yourself grabbing that delicious boba milk tea drink every evening after work. Maybe you like to splurge on something fancy every time you get your paycheck. Old habits die hard, and it's not easy to all of a sudden change your lifestyle when you've been so used to it for a long time. My advice is to make small tweaks to the little habits that you think will be easier to change. Instead of buying your favorite drink every day after work, maybe once every other day, and then once a week. When you first get your paycheck, don't just immediately blow it on an Amazon shopping spree or something like that. Try to pay off your credit card bills first, especially if you have any high interest debt accumulating. Also, hold off on any online shopping sprees you might be having, and see if you want to still buy it after a few days. Oftentimes, you might even forget you even wanted the item in the first place. This kind of shopping habit is a huge killer when it comes to financial independence. So out of sight, out of mind. Once you master these small habits, you can progressively go on to bigger habits. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't try to change all your habits at once, and definitely don't try to go to the extremes when you're just starting out. This is a recipe for disaster. Start small and start slow. Just imagine a person trying to diet and lose weight. That person has to first have the right mindset and then develop the right habits for eating. They might first start cutting carbs from one of their meals, and then they progress to cutting carbs from all their meals. They might start eating less junk food and then replacing that with healthier options. And then finally, they'll supplement all that with some exercise. This approach is more manageable in my opinion, and it's much easier to execute. It's going to take a lot of time and effort. Some people might have a tremendous amount of willpower and be able to implement all these strategies at once, but for others, it's going to be much more effective to tackle this nice and slowly. These kind of changes has to be implemented on a consistent basis, Keep repeating good behavior and eventually it'll become a habit. If you don't make any of these changes a habit, you will soon find yourself reverting back to your old ways, which leads me to my third tip. Alright, tip number 3, being consistent and being disciplined. So you develop the proper mindset and you're working on your financial habits. Great. You're starting to see a bit more change in your lifestyle, saving more money each month, and feeling more empowered because you're having more control of your own money. All is good until one day your friend Negative Nancy comes along and questions your whole lifestyle changes. She comes and tells you that you're still young and you need to focus on having fun, enjoying life, and stop worrying about old people stuff like investing and saving for retirement. She tries to convince you to hang out with her tomorrow night and just have fun with her and her buddies. What would you do in this situation? Will you cave in and accept her offer of going out and having fun? After all, you are still young and you need to reward yourself for being so vigilant with your finances. Perhaps you end up going shopping and buying some new clothes and new shoes. You go out for a nice dinner and a few drinks. You really did have a good time, and she offers you to do it again next week, and you graciously accepted. But then you thought, how much did this one night out set you back? $100? $200? Might not seem like too much, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the money that set you back. It's the mindset and habits that were in danger of being shattered. The same mindset and habits you worked so hard on trying to build. Now, I'm not saying you can't go out and have fun with your friends. Being social and spending time with the people you enjoy hanging out with is very important. This might only be a one-time deal, but you have to be mindful of your spendings. Did you really have to buy those new clothes to hang out? Did you really have to buy those extra drinks with your meal? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Perhaps you could have had the same kind of enjoyment by already wearing the clothes you already have. Maybe you could have ate a little snack before going out to eat dinner so you don't have to order so much. And you can always just ask for water for your beverage of choice instead of spending so much money on extra drinks. Remember, you developed a plan for reaching financial independence. Nobody said you have to penny pinch every step of the way, unless that was your plan from the beginning. Your plan could have included a going out budget every month where you can afford to spend money on some recreational activities. If you can't afford it within your budget, then look for alternative ways. The key to any long-term plan is to be consistent and disciplined. Don't let other people come along and throw a wrench at your hard work. The path to financial independence is very difficult. If it was easy, everybody would be retired by 30 or 40. If losing weight was easy, everybody would be at their ideal body weight and have beach bods all year round. The people who succeed are the ones who have the right mindset, the right attitude, and the discipline to keep on going, even when the going gets tough. The first few months of your financial independence journey are going to be the most challenging, just like making any major changes in your life. There will be a lot of doubts and frustration about the path that you have chosen. But if there's anything we're good at, it's the ability to adapt. Once you're able to master these 3 things that I talked about, you'll see a tremendous change in your financial life. You'll be amazed at how much these behavioral changes can compound over the years. All of a sudden, it becomes so much easier to put away money each month and save. You find yourself going out less and less, and even if you do go out, you're super mindful about the money that you spend. Only buying things that are necessary and adds true value to your life. The frivolous spending becomes less and less. The amount of money you thought you needed to retire might be significantly less now because your spending habits have drastically changed over the years. Remember, these 3 tips can also be applied to other parts of your life, such as mastering a new skill, trying to diet and lose weight, or even starting a business. That's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so YouTube will know to share this video to other people. Have a great rest of your day and stay safe. I'll see you all next time.